summer night, a shot of love and a spark of laughter breathe. Stars align and the month times night burn like a dried out leaf. Are we leaving on the next train, baby? I do believe. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now I ain't missed a 9 to 5, I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. A brand new start and a whole new part, they are big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, babe, you know I will. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now nothing is this run for life, you'll never find its match. So you live to be a million years. All hearts are lost by default in the time of a single beat. We're leaving on the next train, babe, so take your seat. All right. Whoa, come on, let's ride this train. Yeah, come on, let's ride this train. Oh, come on, let's ride this train. Oh, come on, let's ride this train. Let's ride this train now.
Come on, come on, come on. Good evening, everyone. It is raining cats and dogs tonight. Oh, my goodness. I could hear it on the roof up there. It started about a half an hour ago, so wish me luck. The speed has already gone down. It went from 12 down to 8. So I hope we don't get any buffering soon. So I want to say hello to everybody. Hi. And let me see if I could call out everybody here. I'll try. No guarantees. Okay, Caboose 121. Chris Rogeri, how you doing? CPCN Model Railroad and Rail Fanning. Okay. Craig, stuck in the truck, Rexon. How you doing, Craig? Creepy 013, and Debbie is in here. She finally came on. She's on the computer, and she decided that she was going to come in the chat for a while. Dragon Lover 68. Dwight Curley, Jim McCann, Jim Tedesco, Kyle Stevens, Lynn McCurdy, Low Country Railroad. Model Railer, how you doing, John? I haven't seen you in a long time. Mystic Southern Railway, New Fenris Railroad, Norman Rowe, NS 5107 Chasco, and there's no module cam because here's the module right here. Okay, PDRR Engineer, how you doing, Art? Robert Sacco, good to see you in here, Robert. Roy Eltham, Schuylkill River Valley. Scott Eric Catalano. Oh, my goodness. What is wrong? I mean, the last month or so, you've been coming in at the end of the stream. You were here ahead of time. Oh, Something's going on here. Southern 207, how you doing? All right, Steve 87 PSAP, and Thomas Grassi, how you doing? And I know there's other people in here because I've seen them in here, and it doesn't always show up. So let me go back here. I've seen a couple of people. Robert Hillebrand. Let me put this up here. Hello from Illinois, just east of St. Louis. And Andy Reha. Okay. Hello, everyone. And Robert Sacco. Hope everyone is having a train-tastic night so far. I guess we are. Yes, we are. Okay. So, Split Rock 323, how you doing? And I know there's got to be somebody else in here. And I'm not sure. But if I missed you, let me know. I miss you all the time. I saw you. Debbie says I missed her. I saw you in there, and I said you're in here. William Barr, how you doing? Okay, so Debbie S. Okay, she's in here. Let me put thing up in here. Let me see if I can find her chat thingy. So say something on the chat, Debbie, so I could put it back up on there, so we could have your name up in. Oh, she said she already cut it off. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see if I could find it anywhere here. Let me go back a couple of pages and see if I can see hers on there. She says I didn't mention her, but anyway, I can't find it. Tonight's rant, Tom's HOA won't let Tom paint his house like the Doritos bag. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't have an HOA here, so at the new place. So that's one good thing. That is one good thing. I don't have an HOA here. So we're good to go. Don't have to pay that stupid HOA fee, and I don't have to listen to those goofy people. And Train Freak said, "Tom, you pissed Debbie off." Yeah, she left already. I could hear her hollering in the other room over there. Yeah, no HOA here. Mark E. Saunders, how you doing? Okay, I got you. And Art Gilkey. All right. In Winter Haven, we were just up there a couple of days ago. We were craving Chick-fil-A, so we had that's the closest Chick-fil-A to us, so we had to take a drive up there and have some chicken sandwiches and the mac and cheese. All right. Norman Rowe, how you doing? High Plains Railroad. Stew-me one. HOA harass others always. There you go. All right. So, had to refresh my screen to get you on. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with your screen? I missed it. Where'd it go? Joseph Hans, how you doing? Made it today. Okay, so James Galton, JR Trains 1, Portland, Oregon. Okay, how you doing? Good to see you here. All right. I normally want Chick-fil-A on Sunday. Yes, I do too. You know, we moved away from the other house, and we knew that they were going to build the Chick-fil-A, and they kept on putting it off because of impact fees. The county wanted ridiculous impact fees, but they finally got started on it, and I'm not quite sure how far they are right now. I talked to my neighbor last month, and she says that they were building it at the time, and I think they were building a what else did she say? A Burger King right behind it. So anyway, Debbie's been praying for a Chick-fil-A over here. She prayed for a Wawa, and we're getting 3 of them. There's one on each end of Sebring. There's one up here that's about 1.5 miles, and down at the other end, it's about 4 miles away. So we got 2 there, and then there's one down. They're building one down in Lake Placid too. So we got our choice of 3 different Wawas. Give me Popeye's chicken. Chick-fil-A isn't spicy enough. Love that chicken at Popeyes. All right. Yeah. Well, you don't like the spicy deluxe with the pepper jack cheese in it. Sometimes it gets spicy, but sometimes it isn't. Okay. Scott's got to take a Wawa. Okay. Sparky listening or watching tonight. I haven't seen Sparky in here so far, so he must be just listening. Hi. Scott Hillbilly Railroad, Schuylkill River Valley. Oh, there you go. I saw you in here earlier and you came back. All right. So, how you doing? And Chris Ruggieri. All right. So, let's get this thing underway and thank everybody for being in. Oh, I see somebody said hi, Sparky, but I don't see his name up there. Is he lurking? I don't see him anywhere in here. Okay. So, hey, Georgia Sunbelt, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Fast food chicken. Well, we got sidetracked from the very beginning, so it's not Sunday, but we always get sidetracked here also. So, Scott Eric Catalano says he's lurking. Okay. All right. So, Elmar, how you doing? So, let's get on with these thank yous here, and I know this will wake Sparky up right here. Don't forget to show your support and smash that join button. Enjoy members-only videos and get your name in the credits. I knew that would wake him up. Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate it. M and M Shortline, how you doing? High Plains Railroad, and the Nightbot showed up too. And Sparky is in here. I knew that song would get him awake. Yeah, there you go. And who else did I see sneak in here? I guess that was it. All right. Let's break out the big jar of peanut butter. Well, let me see. Where'd it go? There it is. Let's break out the big jar of peanut butter. I got it in there in the kitchen. Debbie had a peanut butter sandwich and I had leftover pizza because we were just trying to get it going, having a snack right before we went live. And Debbie is talking to her sister right now. I could hear it. Okay, Jason, thank you very much. Here we go. We got a super chat from Jason. All right, thank you very much, Jason. Here for the cool music. There is other music in the background. Yeah, I got the blues on. There, I just shut it off, okay? Boom. All right. Let me put it back on again. Let's crank this up. You mean that right there? Okay. Let me crank it down a little bit. Put it down a little bit and turn that off. Well, I usually put that on towards the end, but it was already on. Craig's stuck in the truck. He says there's no peanut butter in the hotel. Oh my goodness. I'd get another place. Did you have you gone? Where are you anyway? My goodness. What are you doing in a hotel? Okay, so Mark E. Saunders, how you doing? All right, so let's get this thing started with train shows. We got some train shows coming up all over the place. And I just got an email from Suncoast Center for Fine Scale Modeling, and they're opening back up on September 18th. Normally they do the third Saturday of every month from September through May. I think this past year they added a few extra because of COVID. They were closed, in the normal season, and so they did a little bit during the summer also. And so they're open back up again starting September 18th, and I'll have that up. Robert Hillebrand, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. There you go. All right, let's put this thing on here. Thank you very much, Robert. Really appreciate it. You can see Florida where the retired folks are. There you are. Where's the other one? Well, that looks like Florida, not all over the place. Okay, so anyway, let me put this thing back on over here. And so we got Odessa, Florida. That's the Suncoast Center for Fine Scale Modeling. And then there's Largo, Florida, which is Suncoast Model Railroad Club. That's Robert Sacco's club. You still in here, Robert? And Orlando is that is the Toy Train. Atlanta, D-Land, Dunmore, and Plant City. So let me get this other thing up here. And there's another thing coming up. Okay, first of all, let me put this up here. This is right before September 18th. And this is H&R Trains and Toys. They're right behind the Performing Arts Center where Robert Sacco's place is. And they're having a little train show on 16th and 17th. As you can see there, adults $7. And they got a lot of stuff going on there. A 2-day event. Not quite sure what they got going on. I haven't been there since they moved to their new place a couple of years ago. But they're right by the Performing Arts Center and not too far from Zitnik Trains. Possum Bayou, how you doing, Rusty? Oh my goodness. Pensacola, December 4th and 5th. All right. And Anthony says Timonium, October 2nd. Okay, let me put these things in the queue here so I can get those up there right after this thing goes through. Okay, don't know about the lot lizards, but the hotel. Okay, I got to put that up there. Oh, yeah, the Largo Central Railroad, Zane's Trains and Things, Zane Ellis. He's been there for a couple of years. Good place to go. You can take a train ride. Okay, there you go. So let me put this other thing up here. And this is the deal for Suncoast Center for Fine Scale Modeling. And it shows you all the different displays that they have there. And it doesn't look like they have anything different than what they had the last season. So not quite sure. Well, I'll just have to go up there sometime and see what they got. But here's Suncoast Model Railroad Club, Robert Sacco's at Performing Arts Center, and you can also take a look at the Model Railroad Club. They have 2 layouts there. And Toy Train Show in Orlando, like I said before. All 3 of those are on September 18th, and they're all within, I'd say about an hour to an hour and a half from each other. Okay, Atlanta Toy and Model Train Show. This is also a Train Collectors Association, just like the one in Orlando. And here we go, Volusia County Fairgrounds D-Land again, October 2nd. So hopefully we'll get to go to that one. Let me put this one in the queue. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of ones that I got to put in the queue. Okay, so I'm just looking at what we got here in what everybody is putting in there. I'll put that in there in a minute. Okay, so the next one is Model Train Show and Sale, Sunday, October 3rd, admission $5. And that is in Dunmore, Pennsylvania. That's up near Scranton. And here's the one in Plant City. This is an NMRA function. It lasts for several days, but the train show is on Saturday at the university there. $7, $2 off if you're NMRA, and $1 off if you give them this little thingy here. So take a picture of it. It's in Plant City, and Plant City has a virtual rail fan camera there. Okay, so hi, Rick Bailey. All right, so what's the next one? Okay, these are the ones that are out of state, Piedmont Division, and here are the Greenberg ones, so blah, blah, blah. Okay, we'll get rid of that one up there. And I got a few things about Okay, so let's see what we got in the queue right now, what people were talking about. Okay, Anthony says Timonium October 2nd, and I think later on he said and the 3rd. Rusty said Pensacola December 4th and 5th. Craig, stuck in the truck, don't know about the lot lizards, but the hotel has a lot of eye candy. There you go. All right. Reggie Stroud, Asheville, North Carolina, October 1 and 2. And Virginia Beach is right after the New Year's, then Richmond is next weekend after. All right. Gulfport, Mississippi, November 13th and 14th. And Jeff Sykes says, here in Michigan, most of our shows are canceled, not by the shows, but we have them, churches, schools, etc. But the train show is happening once a month in Troy, Michigan. Okay, good to hear. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the accident happened southbound I-25 in Pueblo, Colorado. Homeless man run out in front of me, tried to avoid, but was not successful. Truck towed to Fountain County to the Freightliner dealer. Freightliner dealer. I can't read. Freightliner dealership. Oh, my goodness. That must have been something. Ugh. Okay, and Rusty said he sent an attachment, but the attachment wasn't attached on the first time. Okay, here it is. Second annual Rail Fest 2021, November 13th at 10 a.m. Eastern. And November 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern. Going, okay. So, I got this on my cell phone, but I can't put it up there. So, but anyway, here it is. All right. So, thank you, Rusty. Really appreciate it. All right. So, let me get back in the chat over here. Okay, Nathan DeLay, how you doing? Glad you can make it in there. And Crazy Joe, I saw you in here, but I didn't see the name up here. And Heath, Humanity Junction, did I miss anything? You missed a lot. Oh, my goodness, where have you been? Oh, geez. Must have been sleeping again. Okay. And Nissy J, how you doing? Creepy 013, I think I saw you before. October 10th, Spokane, Washington. Oh, my goodness. Did I see anything else in here? Lynn McCurdy says, Desert Empire Fairgrounds, Ridgecrest, California, October 22, 23, and 24. High Desert Modular Model Railroad Club and the Eastern Sierra Railroad Society. Oh, my goodness. That's a mouthful right there. Woo. Thank you very much for adding those to the list here. Okay, so has anybody been to any train shows lately? I haven't been to one in a long time. It's been it's been a long time. So hopefully, I know Robert's got his this coming weekend, and I don't know if we're going to make it or not. Debbie's up. She's doing a little bit better. She's, walking a little bit, without she's still got the walker with her, but she's not using it, and but just having it there as security. But she's still a little unstable on her feet, so it might take another couple of weeks. Fred Wild, how you doing? Fred Wild, you was working on the layout. That's okay. That's excusable. That's allowed there. I found Grand Funk Railroad coming to Kansas City and got excited, but then realized it was the band. Hey, I'd still be excited about that. All right. Steven said, went to one on Saturday. Oh, good. Nathan said, not in a long time. Okay, we're right there. Yeah. Well, I hope we're gonna try. She's trying really hard this week to walk a little bit further and get a little bit more steady. We drove to Winter Haven, so that's about almost halfway. So she's getting a little bit better in the car. So hopefully we can get there. Kiss canceled their concert in Pittsburgh a few weeks ago. What a shame. What's a train show? There you go. I know the Sherman Hill Railroad Club has been asked to bring in the traveling layout to the empty space in the Cheyenne Mall for the holidays. Well, I hope they are successful with that. It would be nice. It's always good to have a train show. And even if we don't make it on September 18th, I'd like to get to Plant City because that one. These people. What time is it? 8:32. Okay. What's a train? David Z. G. at the Ranch Complex in Loveland this November. All right. Kiss can't rock and roll at night anymore. There you go. One mall has a permanent layout. Here in Sebring, I don't know how long ago it was. It must have been a couple of years ago, but there was a club that had a layout in the mall here. But when I looked into it, when I moved, they still had, somewhat of a Facebook page. But, when we went to the mall, when we was looking for a house, I mean, almost everything was closed down in there. I mean, it was like walking through a ghost town. Jim McCann said went to a tractor and train show that weekend. It was neat. All right. They have gun shows all the time. They have auto shows all the time, but no train shows. He says he's having a train show in his Daisy Dukes while he cleans the bathroom. Oh, wait, that's not me. Oh, that's me right there. Okay. You dressing up for the dog again. The train layout is actually bringing people into the mall. That's a good idea. And I wish they would, I had to try calling them people that, I don't even know if they left a phone number on the Facebook page, but I got to see if I can get a hold of them in here in Sebring. Because there's two good model railroaders here now. Me and Jim Tedesco. All right. Michael Stowe says, too much information. Okay. All right. We haven't even started yet. What's a mall? It's so 80s. Yeah, there you go. The mall that was in the town that I grew up in, Century 3 Mall, when it was built back in 19, I think they started building it, when I was still in high school. They finished it, I think, about 71. I was in the Air Force at the time. But it was the third largest mall in the country at the time. And I read an article a couple years ago that the fire marshal condemned it, and and closed down the rest of it because all the stores in it closed. I think there was just a couple of stores open, and they were just on the outside. And I mean, it's just a big wasteland now. It's a shame. So there is an operating train layout in the mall near San Diego. When no one is there, just push one of the several buttons to watch the trains run. There you go. They built it on the slag pile. That's right. I used to go down Route 51, and at night you could see them dumping the ladles. They would dump the slag, and you could see all the the fire and brimstone on there. When I was a kid, they did. I mean, my whole neighborhood was like that. All of West Mifflin was a big old slag dump. They built another shopping center right by my house. That was an old slag dump. And the very first shopping center in the Pittsburgh area was Eastland Shopping Center, was a big slag dump too, up on top of the hill across the river from us. We could see it. There was a valley that went like this, and it was all filled up with slag. And they built a big old shopping center on it. And that was that was the first one built and the first one to close. Hey, Greg, how you doing? Good morning, everyone. Good to see you here. All right. Video editor, so it's mostly HO scale. N scale is making a close second. Okay. I didn't see the first part of that. West Plains Model Railroad Club October display will open Thursday, October 7th. At 3 p.m. it will be open Thursday, Friday, 3 to 7. And it just jumped on me. And Saturday, Sunday, 10 to 4 through the month of October. Good to hear. Kyle Stevens. Enjoyed it, Tom, but I've been up working all night and have to take care of some stuff, so I've been up all night and day. Have a good night. Good night, Kyle. Glad you can make it in here. We'll see you next time. Get some rest. Yeah, Monroeville Mall is on top. The whole of Allegheny County is a slag dump. All right. There is an American Flyer layout in Grossmont Mall in La Mesa, California, near San Diego. All right. Well, they got a lot of them in California. Malls around here are turning into U-Haul storage centers. I mean, I haven't been up that way in a couple of years. I know Eastland was all had a fence around it. I don't know what they used to do. You used to be able to drive through there. They had one big beer distributor there, and that finally closed down, and I guess they put a chain link fence all the way around the whole place, and you can't get anywhere near it. That was a couple of years ago. All of Allegheny County is a dump, period. There you go. Everything was slag. The steel mills had to dump the stuff somewhere. All right, so there you go. Thanks, guys, for answering my question. Honestly, there is not much N scale in Ireland. Have to really look for it. For the most part, in Ireland, we have OO mainly and maybe a little HO. Okay, so. All right, Michael Stowe, a $10 super sticker. Unfortunately, I can't put the super stickers down here, but hey, I could do this. Thank you very much, Michael, for the Super sticker. I'm getting ahead of myself. Super sticker. There you go. All right. Super sticker. #1 fan. Okay. So, flogging. We got Rick in here and we got Heath in here, so we can get the flogging going. There you go. My childhood mall is currently getting torn down for an Amazon distribution center. Yeah, well, before I moved, I got word that down the road from where I was living, that they were going to be putting in a big old Amazon distribution center. I thought the traffic was bad then. Okay, once they put that in, it's going to be terrible. Even worse. Okay. There is a show in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, November 2021. It's the closest show to me, and it's 200 miles away. Well, that's not too bad. I've gone, how far is it from Naples to Atlanta? I think that was almost a 12-hour drive for me. That's the furthest I ever went. But I've gone 200 miles. When I lived in Naples, D-Land was almost 200 miles. No more flogging. We're flushing. We went from flogging to flushing. Oh, my goodness. Someone say Blomazon. There you go. Why are you flogging? He's not flogging anymore. He's flushing. I thought it was crashes on. There you go. Whatever. Okay, Rayron VR, how you doing? Okay. Good night, Nissy. Glad you can make it in here. All right, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is, you can see on my thumbnail, you saw my what I was doing on my layout. Now let me see if I could find where I put all this stuff at. Where is the pictures? I know the pictures are in here somewhere. It says PIC. Pics. Okay. Boom. All right. So those are the wrong pics. Oh my goodness. I got to change this thing real quick, because I got some old pictures in here from the last stream. So let me go here. Current stream. Okay, where did I put it? Oh my goodness. Let me look in my thingy here. I forgot where I put the pictures. Oh, geez. That is terrible. Okay. It's not there. It's not there. Okay, I guess I didn't put it in there. I probably left them in my original deal. So give me a minute here so I can find them. New module, corner module, pics. Okay, there they go. So now I just have to find it on here. Okay, so right there. So James Duffy, video editor, thank you very much. Let me find this and I'll be right with you. New layout, new module, corner module, pics, boom. There, now we got it. All right, so thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Okay. What scale do you run in mostly? I am making a model railway based on the Harcourt Street line in Ireland. I do love the videos. They have helped. I'm glad that they helped. Thank you very much for the super chat. Let me do this and I'll answer your question. My layout is in HO, and thank you very much. And I also have some N-scale stuff, and I also have some ON30 that I have to get out of the box. So he's got a 5-pound thingy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there you go. A 5-pound thingy. Okay, so let me get these pictures up here, and I'll go through them. There's 25 pictures. Okay, so this is where I started early. I guess this was probably a week ago on Tuesday. I started laying down some cork, and a couple of different views of it, and I was weighing it down with a 8-pound iron and an anvil and my 1, 2, 3 blocks, and later on my drill. That's an overall view of the layout right there. What I have done so far. And I was looking for my cutoff wheels, and I couldn't find them, and so I had to go to Home Depot and Lowe's, and unfortunately, they're not selling them anymore, or neither one of them had it. The only place that you could find them is in the multi-packs, and you only get about 4 of them in there, and I didn't want to pay like $15 for a bunch of tools that I didn't need, so I went and got the bigger one. It's 1.5 inches. It's a little bit heavier, and I haven't used it yet, but after I got home, I finally found my cutoff wheels. Is Debbie missing her iron? No, she's not. I got that as a souvenir. In fact, I got that in up around Strasbourg 20 years ago, because I worked in a laundry, so I got that as a souvenir. I have an old washboard also. So here's the long way. I got a crossover in there, but I just used that to see what it would look like, but I didn't put a crossover. I just have a spur going out there to the outside world. Here is the end, where this end right here is going to be where the lift out part is. Okay, and going around the corner there, and looking down the long end. And there's my little tool that I use when I solder. I'm soldering the flex track there with no rail joiners, and it works out pretty good with that little tool. I got a couple of those. And that's where I put the crossover a little bit further down after I curved away from the edge. And there's some of the solder joints right there on top of where I put in rail joiners. That's where the turnout is, and you'll see I tacked them down because I was cutting out the turnout, and it'll show up in a picture here pretty soon. And that's how I'm doing my turnouts. Cutting them out so I could work on them and put a servo underneath it. I just have the wire for the frog in there right now, and I'll be able to lift it out and put a servo underneath there. Haven't quite decided if I'm going to put it in the foam or I'm going to mount it underneath the plywood. That's to be determined. Okay, so I seen Tom. What is that rail tool? Okay. Where was it? Not that one. That one, right? Is that the one you're talking about there? That is a little tool for soldering. I have a couple of them. I bought a whole set at a train show. All I wanted was the ballast deal. Let me see if I could find it, and I'll let you see it. Okay. All right, I'm back. Let me put this on here. All right, so MLR. Okay. There you go. Now this one here, this is a newer one, and it's a little bit narrower. The stock is smaller. Now it listed as $22.89, but I got it for $14 at a train show last year. But what I really wanted was this little gizmo right here, and you can see you put this on your track for HO, and I guess they have them for N scale also. You put your ballast in here, and it'll line this thing up, and then just go bzzz, and it puts the ballast in. I've never used one of these before. I always wanted to try it. I'll let you know. But I've always just, put the ballast down and use a big brush and smoothed it out that way. But it came with a bunch of tools. It came with the parallel tool. It came with an alignment tool. And it came with that soldering jig. And I already had all three of them to begin with. But I wanted the ballast spreader. But these right here, they're narrower than the original ones that I have. Let me give you some tips on soldering track offline. There you go. All right. It's easy once you get the hang of it. Watch my videos on soldering. Okay, so there is what I'm doing with my turnouts. Okay, so once I got all my track laid and got the turnout pulled out, I started pulling out some of the buildings that I had in my old layout and just trying to see where they would fit on here. Now, on this corner right here, I cut it out for a water feature. And most of these, actually all of the buildings except for this last hardware store is Bar Mill Scale Model Works buildings. That's a plastic one right there, but that's not going to go there. I just pulled that out. But anyway, let me see if I can get a good shot at it. There is the water feature right there, and that big empty space on the right where you can see the plywood, that is going to be the dock house at Cundy Harbor. That's a Bar Mills Scale Model Works kit that I'll be working on. I bought it last year, and let me see, and I'll show you a picture of it pretty soon, as soon as I get through these pictures right here. But that's an overall view of it. I think I got 12 Bar Mills buildings right there. That's about half of the buildings that I have for Bar Mills. I have to open up a few more totes to get the rest of them. But a few more shots of it. And this whole area is going to be like an old town where there is a lake and blah blah blah. Okay, this first one right here on the right, that is a Walther's kit right there. That's an ice house and coal. So that is all of them. That's all the pictures that I have right there. And what I wanted to show you is, where did I put the thing? Oh, here it is. The dock house at Cundy Harbor, that's this right here. Let me see if we can get a good shot of it. All right. That's what's going in that one space in the where the plywood is. That's going to be a water feature there, and that building right there is what's going there. And I have this laid out on the other desk, and that's what it looks like. Those are all the parts right there, except for the shingles. So I'm going to be starting on that this week. So wish me luck. It's been a while since I put together a kit. In fact, it's been about a year. I did another Bar Mills kit last year, right before I moved, and that's one of the well, it's a series of buildings. There was like 3 buildings in it, and that was one of them that I was looking for. Good pictures, Tom. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Okay. Track soldering tool. Harris Hobbies in Texas. There you go. Yes, I agree. N is just toys. Real men run HO. There you go. Split Rock says, very nice track work, Tom. Thank you very much. James Grassy, I'm also interested in that tool. I'm not sure. I seen somebody, yeah, Sparky put a link to it in the chat. Harris Hobbies. I'm not quite sure. The original ones that I got. Let me go get. The ones I bought about 20 years ago are like this. This is the alignment tool, and it's got a coupler height on it also. This is the one that came with the kit. Now you can see the difference. It's a lot thinner and it's shorter, and that's how all the pieces are. They're a lot smaller than the ones that were made 20 years ago, but I like this one. The soldering tool jig that I had is the older one. The newer one is a little bit smaller, and as you can see, the difference in the thickness right there. Let me put it right here on my forehead. See, you can see the difference. Oops. There you go. All right. But you get the idea. They're different sizes. So they're cutting down on everything. And on this one also, it has HO on one side and N scale on the other side. And same with the parallel tool. It has, it's a little bit wider, but it lines up the tracks, parallel tracks for HO, and you flip it over and it has it for N scale also. So wherever you could find it, yeah, Micro Mark should have them too. Yeah, Bar Mills makes great kits. I have about 30 Bar Mills kits. I probably have about up here. I don't think any of those are Bar Mills. Yeah, one of them is Bar Mills, but I got a couple of more Bar Mills. Couple of more Bar Mills in the family room that I have to put together yet. I don't like I I really like the bar mills. I also like Foss scale models, and there's a couple other ones also that make excellent wood kits that I like to build. Yeah, probably the old tool discontinued. The soldering tool discontinued. You need to find old stock, I guess. Probably at a train show is your best bet to find it. That's where I found that one. And as you can see, it's a lot smaller than the original one that I bought about 20-some years ago. But they're out there. New old stock. Yeah, there you go. All right. Haven't had that much attention. So I asked, what's Arduino? There you go. Arduino? What is Arduino? Okay, so I showed you that. Okay, so here is a live view of the layout right there. So let me move the camera and give you a better shot of it. Let me turn this microphone off because that's going to... Okay. Where's the other one? Okay, that laptop microphone is on right now. So, hello! All right. Here we go. Let me get this thing over here so you can see up close. This is a wholesale meat. Uncle Tony's. This is bowls. And there's dollies. And a lot of these buildings are fashioned off of... I'm getting a lot of noise from the microphone here. A lot of these buildings are fashioned off of actual buildings. Like Dolly's is in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. A lot of these things, like this is a part of the Cundy Harbor series, and that's in New England. And some more of the buildings right there. And Moody Plumbing, Dumfries Hard Goods, the Pool Parlor. These three right here came together as one kit, and Miracle Chair. And I think I got one up here. I'm not sure which one that one is. I got a lot of kits to put together. All of these are kits that I need to put together, and there's some in the other place. So here's the big hole where the turnout goes. So I'm just going to leave this camera right here and go back to the original camera and hope this doesn't fall over. Let me put the cord up. Okay, there we go. All right, let me turn my microphone back on. There we go. All right. Okay. Hey, come on. I thought you only worked on Arduinos. Arduinos is a side gig. There you go. All right. Oh, my goodness. I was on Tyler Stream and forgot about Tom after Lackawanna. Oh, I forgive you. Okay. What was the question? Huh? I'm missing all these things. Did somebody say something about a double pole switch? I have a video on a double pole, double throw switch if you're interested. All right, so let's go back and see what he says. Is it okay to mix DCC and DC on the same railroad layout? I ask because I have few old models that are all like from the 1980s, and I want to try run both. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible. Check out my video on a double pole, double throw switch and then you could just run back and forth, put one on DC and one on DCC. Tom in a cyclone. There you go. Tom, what track are you using? That track right there, I think, is Atlas Flex Track. That's the only thing that I could find right before I moved. I bought all that right before I moved. So that is Atlas Flex Track. I have a lot of old stuff that I tore out of my other one. It is Pico. And I think I have about 5 lengths of Walters. But most of that right there is Atlas. Code 83. Oh, let me put this up here because that's what he asked. What track are you using? Okay. Walter's site is really hard to find stuff. Yeah, yeah. If you can't find it, you can usually find it at Walter's. Yeah, there you go. Hashtag Arduino side hustle. There you go. Who gave you the thumbs down? Why all the hate? I don't know. Every time I go to live stream, it's a thumbs down. And any video that I did, I just, went back and looked. And most of the videos that I do on Arduino have a thumbs down. The rest of them don't have thumbs down. So I don't know. But one of these days they'll figure out a thumbs down. Well, they probably won't figure it out. But a thumbs down is just as good as a thumbs up. It's engagement. All right. Rick Bailey put in a link up there. I got this years ago. It includes the tool Tom has. HOK track laying set. Okay. All right. Good deal, Rick. What sound is that again? Tom's trains a DPDT switch. DPDT switch. Say that fast 3 times. All right. DPDT switch. All right. Okay. All right. Thanks, Sparky and Scott and Tom. Okay. He's jealous of his beard. Oh. Heath wants 8 N scale. Who cares? CV Railroad in HO scale. Okay. I think you mentioned that last week. Yeah, wait, make one from wood. You could whittle one. There you go. He says he don't want to hurt you. Probably the same clown that does... Oops, that was the wrong one. Probably the same clown that does that on Sparky's live stream. Stephanie Paul, how you doing? The rubber band broke on the way home, on your ride home. Okay. You need Tom as Santa on your Christmas special as you already have a tree. Yeah, something on the 3D printers to do. And let me show you, speaking of 3D printers. Okay, this is the turnout right here on the foam. And you can see the hole right here. This is where the wire is going. But I'll probably put since this is only 1 inch foam right there, I'll probably put the servo underneath. I showed this when I built the modules because I had 2 inches of foam on there. And you can see there's nothing underneath, just the wire right here for the servo. But the servo is hidden. Let me undo this right here. I mounted it on a piece of wood, and I used the Iowa Scaled Engineering servo mount. And you can see it's flush. The piece of wood is flush with the top of the foam, and it fits in there real snug. And all that is like a furring strip. It's a 1/4 inch thick, 1 by whatever, 1 by 2, or a 1/4 inch by 2 furring strip that I cut to fit in there, and it's mounted in there. And last year, when I bought the mounts, they come 6 to a package, and so I bought 3 packages of them. And this one right here is the only one that I could find. I have no idea what happened with the other 17 of them. So the other day I had to order 18 more. And I can't get these holes lined up on here. I'll do that later. All right. Why would I be late? I am ready. I don't know. Am I going to run? Tom's going late. He hasn't done a rant yet. Oh my, oh my goodness, I haven't done the rant yet. Oh, holy moly. Pamela Harris said to buy you your Christmas presents now. What the hell does she know? Now, I never said that I was doing a short show tonight, but who knows? It's already 13 minutes after. So it's almost time for a rant. Is this that's the fan interfering with the light. Yeah, my head is flashing. I got my head set up with Arduino on the blink sketch. One more hour. One more hour. Okay. Is that what we want? Okay, so I talked about that. Yeah, Iowa Scaled Engineering. Let me see if I can pull this thing up here and show you what I got. Iowa Scaled Engineering. Those are the same ones that make that funky looking proto throttle and the motor man. But I got the and I have some of the old let me see. There's turnout control. Let me see, where's this thing at here? Okay, here we go. All right. So I got a couple of these right here. I think I got about 3 of those, and they discontinued them. They might still have, they said they'll still sell them as long as they have them in stock. But this is a slow motion switch machine for a servo, and it has a programmable chip in there, and it's open source. And if you could figure out how to program the chip, you could probably build them yourself. But down here is the mounts that I bought. So you get a 6-pack, $15, and they're 3D printable, 3D printed, and they are the best mounts that I found so far. they're the same style that are used on the larger servos. And I like these a lot, and I lost 17 of them. I have no idea where they are. I found my large ones for my large servos, but I can't find the ones for my 9-gram servos, which I use for the turnouts. So they likely have the schematic. There is a schematic, yeah, on, they have the code on there, but I haven't seen the schematic for the, for that. Usually, oh, there it is. It's on Thingiverse. So you can get the plans on Thingiverse to build them. These are excellent mounts for servos. And you just put the servo on its side. There's the 2 mounting holes on it. And it could be adjustable. You have slots right there so you could adjust them that away. Thingiverse. There you go. Thingiverse right there. Let me put this up here. So anybody with a 3D printer, Oop, it didn't. Oh. Let me do this again. Boom. There we go. All right. There it is. All right. You can make those. Well, there's the link for it. And I just ordered 18 of them. But anyway, I might need more. Who knows? I don't know how many turnouts I'm going to put there. But they're excellent mounts for servos. Yeah, there you go. I can make those. Okay. All right. So that was my thing on the servos and stuff like that. And I think that's all that I wanted to talk about. So you know what time it is. What time is it? It is 9:18. Did somebody say rant? Well, unfortunately, today's rant is not about Comcast. So far, so good. I've been in the red the whole time. So, no Comcast rant. It's time for Doritos. What I wanted to talk about is I get Railroad Model Craftsman. And I, when it was in the old publisher, whoever it was, they went out of business. But the new publisher, since the new publisher came out, they have an excellent publication here. It's always 100 pages. It's high quality paper, and the ink smells good too. When I moved, they sent me some new ones in the white folders, like 4 issues of it. And when you open it up, you can smell the ink in there. Oh, it's so good. But here is my rant. Okay, model railroader. Okay, it is getting smaller and smaller and smaller all the time. Okay, so how many pages do they have in here? 74, 75, 76. Okay, 76 pages. Okay, that is a thick one. 76 pages, because most of the time it's only about 60 pages. But they got the cheap paper in there. It's mostly advertising. They hardly have any articles in there anymore. So, and they still charge you just as much, but the only, it's really crap. And if I could put these side by side, I don't know if you can see it. But the top one is Model Railroader, and the bottom one is Railroad Model Craftsman. Railroad Model Craftsman is always 100 pages every issue. Model Railroader, it's hit or miss. Do you read the articles or just look at the pictures? I look at the pictures, and then if the articles are interesting, I'll go back and read them. But anyway, this thing is turned to shit in recent years, and it's getting worse and worse. And unfortunately, I forgot I had the auto resubscribe, and so I just got another year's worth of these. So I'm stuck with it for another year. So I got to go online and undo my auto renew on that. So I can't say anything. I get the following: RMC, MRR, trains, NMRA. Yeah, I used to get the trains ones. I quit getting the NMRA when I quit NMRA. And what's the other one that I get? When I lived in Naples, this lady at the Lions Club thrift store, her husband got the one. It's a East Coast one. I think it's same publisher as Railroad Model Craftsman. And I'd get them for like 25 cents a piece when her husband was finished with them. It all comes down to ad ratio. More ads, the more editorial content. Well, Railroad Model Craftsman, they put out a 10 times better publication than Model Railroader does. I canceled my mag. Everything is on the that they call the internet. Yeah, and the only good part about the Model Railroader is I also have the internet option with the Video Plus, which I haven't watched in over 2 years. So I don't know why I still get it. Okay, they at least brought back the Going Insane page to find out the bigger shows. There you go. He can make those. He made my LNCE light it holders, my BD20 holders. There you go. Okay. Yeah, the English train mags are so much better quality. They are, but they're so damn expensive. And what's with it? They're about this tall. And there's no Barnes and Nobles here, so I used to stop at Barnes and Nobles and get the English ones, but there's no Barnes and Nobles here in Sebring, so I don't get them anymore. Randall Ellison, now they're MR Video Plus DVDs are awesome. Highly recommend those. I haven't seen it. In fact, I haven't looked on MR Video Plus for a long time. I'll have to start looking at, I think the last time was when they were doing they were redoing the one guy's Model Railroad, and when they stopped that series and went on to something else, that was the last time that I watched it, and that was a couple of years ago. Yeah, YouTube is much more useful than the magazines. Barnes and Nobles is closing left and right also. Oh my goodness. They had a Books A Million here, and that just closed a couple of months ago. Now it's Rehab Jones Island. What is that? Did Model Railroad get bought out by They must have. They must have been bought out by Comcast. Okay, so it's getting pretty close. It's 9:26. I'm going to give Heath some time. So we're going to put the end screen up there. I want to thank all of you for stopping by. Let me see. And let me thank. Let's see if it still shows up here. I don't believe this. You know, the thing when you go on viewer activity is supposed to show up all your super chats and all the stuff like that, and it never shows it up on here. That is another rant. What the hell's going on with YouTube? Now, I said, what the hell is going on with YouTube? And my stream just screwed up. It's in the yellow again. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I mentioned what the hell is going on with YouTube, and it starts messing up. Oh, I can't believe it. But anyway, I'm going to cut this thing off. I'm doing a speed test right now. See what this thing looks like, because it's probably not where. Yep. It's probably buffering because it's in the yellow right now. And as soon as I mention something about YouTube, yep, it's dropping down 7. So it's struggling. It's still up, you know, to where it shouldn't be buffering, but that fat flamingo again. Yeah, rant time again. Yeah, it's buffering. So I'm going to end this thing. I'm going to put the end screen on here. I want to thank all of you for the super stickers and super chats. I really appreciate it. I could go in another place and look back. Okay, copyright, monetization, supers. Okay, your super chat. James Duffy, video editor. Michael Stowe and Robert Hilbrand and the Train Freak. Thank you very much for the super chats and the super stickers. Now, let me put this thing on, and we'll see you next week. And I got another, and this stuff, I got a bunch of video clips. I got to put it together, and that'll probably be out sometime this week. So here we go.
Engineer, where are you headed? Carry me back to Tennessee. Oh, I got a little girl who's been waiting. Promised that she'd marry. Mr. Can we leave this seat? I'll shovel coal, Lord, to pay my fare. Gotta get this train down to the station. My little girl waiting for me. Well, the night is dark and Lord, it's cloudy. I've been traveling that lonesome road. My one true love waiting there to see. Want that low train to carry me back? Well, they left Columbus around 7. About 9, and poor boy's heart started over here. true